Welcome back, everyone. Blue Sports Picks here. It is Sunday, June 14th, and we are ready to get today rolling. We got some early games today. The first game starting at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We all we all know how we feel about some day games, but hopefully today isn't too bad. It is a rainy day here today in Michigan, and looks like across the slate here at a few of the ballparks as well. Um, yeah, here at Baltimore, Oriole Park, Nationals Park, Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, and PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Surprised Cleveland isn't included in here, but it seems like the majority of the Midwest is getting quite a bit of rain today. Um, so we got one 12:15 p.m. slate game, a lot of 1 p.m. games today, a few 2 p.m. games, 3 p.m. games, one 4 p.m. game, and then we got the Sunday night baseball with the Rangers against the Boston Red Sox. All right. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Unfortunately, I was kind of bummed about Juan Soto's home run getting overturned yesterday with fan interference. I know I had him paired up with Jordan. It seemed like everybody hit on the Astros besides Jordan Alvarez, but I know Jose Altuve hit. I think Christian Walker did, and a couple others. So, um, and then I had Buxton paired with James Wood, and unfortunately Buxton went, but James Wood didn't. But anyways, hopefully today's a better day. We'll jump right into it for the 12:15 p.m. game. We got Miami against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Paul Skeens is on the mound today. Don't normally like betting against him, but if we do, I do like Liam Hicks. All right, I mean for that lefty versus righty matchup. Uh, but as far as like any other Marlins, probably not going to pick any today. And then as far as let's go here, Max Meyer's been pretty good. He's 6-0 on the season, so I would just bet this game lightly. And then I do like Brandon Lau for that again for that righty versus lefty matchup. Plus, Lau does like hitting on Sundays. I'm not sure if you knew, but if I had to pick anyone from this game, it would be Lau. Was that a rain out possible game here? Yeah. So just pay attention to this game. How's the wind gonna be here? Medium to high. All right. So if you got like Weather Channel, any kind of weather app, I mean, you can use that for radar purposes as well to see how the game's gonna be if you're betting on it. Uh, but yeah, as far as that game goes, I mean, you could take Round or Hearn if you want. Stowers against Skeens, but like I mentioned, I mean, how many strikeouts does he got? Yeah, I mean, him and Max Meyer have been pretty good, and both about that 2.85 ERA. So, like I said, I would just bet this game lightly, especially since it's a noon game and a possible chance of a delay. All right, we're on to this next game, and hopefully, I'm not coughing as much in this video. I started my antibiotic yesterday, so I got some wheezing going on. But yeah, hopefully I get feeling better. All right, 1:35 p.m. Eastern games. All right, San Diego against Baltimore. So weather for this game, like I mentioned, possible chance of a delay, but the wind's blowing out. The temperature's going to be pretty good here, and the wind. All right, so this should be a pretty decent game to target. I mean, if the weather stays good. We'll click on this. So yeah, Machado's another guy that likes hitting on Sundays. Uh, so I might do like a Bilal or Machado pairing or something, or I might do something else. Maybe with Manny Machado. Maybe a game that's uh, not in the chance of a delay. I'm sure there's some better games to target, but I do like Manny Machado here against Trevor Rogers for the righty versus lefty. You could always take Bogarts, but Machado's my favorite. I'm not taking Bogarts. But yeah, I like Machado here for the Padres today. And then I mean, he's my top target here. And then as far as Baltimore against Walker Buehler, you could take Gunner. He's been silent, but I like Alonso. I feel like you could take him today if you want. But I feel more better about taking Machado than Alonso here. But yeah, a chance to rain for that game as well. All right, we're moving on to Seattle against Washington. So McCullers is going to be the primary picture here. With that 5.90 ERA and Emerson Hancock for Seattle. So what they do, what Washington likes doing, they like throwing in a bullpen pitcher, maybe for like the first inning. We'll see if they do it again for this game. But yeah, I automatically like the top 2 home run hitters for both of these teams, Luke Raley and James Wood. As far as the weather goes, that's another game that has a possible chance of delayment, but still good wind blowing out here. Most of the wind's blowing out at most of these ballparks today. But James Wood, Luis Garcia went yesterday. I like him again for that back-to-back. Okay, yeah, they're not showing home run props on here. So anyway, since they're not showing home run props, James Wood, you can take CJ Abrams if you want, but James Wood and Luis Garcia are my top, and then maybe CJ Abrams and Lyle as longer shots. And then as far as Mariners, I do like Luke Raley and Canzone. But Luke Raley's my top pick for the Mariners. And then Josh Naylor's probably more of a long shot here. But I like lefties here against McCullers. So going to try to get through this video so I can get it posted. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe, comment on the channel. Appreciate y'all chatting with me in the comments. And yeah, make sure to tell your friends. And then like I mentioned before, if you subscribe and I go live, you get that notification as well. And yeah, just going to try to grow the community here. All right, we'll move on to this next game. So we got Will Warren on the mound for the Yankees, and then Patrick Corbin for the Blue Jays. So yeah, Will Warren's been good on the season, but he has given up 7 home runs. Okamoto, I like for the Blue Jays today. Too far. And the Stanley Cup playoffs resume tonight. So I'll go over that here at the end of this video, as well as a couple of my favorite picks today. Yeah, it's showing Cleveland has a possible. Okay. It just doesn't show on the website here yet. Oh, yep, it just popped up. Possible chance of rain, so. Yeah, just be careful of some of these games today. If you do have bets in and they postpone these games, then they should void. All right. But this game's played in a dome, so nothing to worry about here. You got Will Warren's a righty. So I like Okamoto here. And then, to be honest, maybe Springer. If you want, I might start playing him more if he starts hitting more periodically. Let's see if they got props. Yep. So Okamoto and then George Springer for the Blue Jays. And as far as Yankees, I do like Jazz. All right. And then Goldie went yesterday, so I do like him for that back-to-back. All right, especially in that leadoff spot that he's normally is in for that righty versus lefty matchup. All right. And then Chisholm's I would rather go with Goldschmidt more than Chisholm here. All right. All right, but moving on to another game with the possible chance of delay or postponement. Detroit against Cleveland. So I feel like the guards just really just own the Tigers. Although the Tigers did win against them in the wild card playoffs last year. All right, but Cleveland's got a sneaky good team. So we'll go to this game. Casey Mize makes his return today. All right, being on the injured list. And then the Tigers will face Gavin Williams, who's given up 13 on the season. All right. Take these off. And I hope everyone's having a good weekend. This is the coolest day in Michigan that it has been in a few weeks, to be honest. It's been hot, like in the 80s, and today it's 65 and just kind of like a light rain most of the day. So, let's see here. But, yeah, other than that, hasn't been too bad of a weekend. Had a family get together yesterday. I think I told y'all that. But, yeah, excuse me. We're chatting it up already here in the Discord. Yeah, we got some people joining here. All right, so Discord's growing slowly but surely. All right. But let's get to some home runs. So I like Dingler today. I know he hasn't hit in like 4 games or so, but I mean, he looks good against Gavin Williams today. He's another guy that likes hitting on Sundays. And then as far as like any other Tigers, let's see. I do like Riley Green against Gavin Williams. So you could take Green. He's probably got the best odds. So Green and Dingler. And then as far as any guards, probably just Angel Martinez if he plays against Casey Mize. If he's on here. Oh, there he is at plus 630. So be on the lookout for this game as well. A lot of rain across the slate today. All right, we'll move on to the next game. All right, so another chance of postponement or delayment, and some of these expected. A lot of these on lineups are going to start getting confirmed as we get closer to these games. All right, we got Arizona at Cincinnati, one of my favorite ballparks, as I always mention, for home runs. Let's go to... So we got Zach Gallen on the mound against Andrew Abbott. So if this game plays, should be quite a few home runs. All right. I do like Sal Stewart today. And then Corbett Carroll hits quite frequently on Sundays as well. I think he's hit like 4 out of 12 of his home runs on Sundays. So definitely like Corbin Carroll today. Especially against Andrew Abbott, who has given up 10 home runs so far in the season. And then I don't mind taking Sal Stewart against Zach Gallen here. So let's go to FanDuel. So I like Corbin Carroll today. Sal Stewart. I think I do like Suarez here in this matchup. I do like Suarez against Zach Gallen. I think he actually has one off him. Let's take a look. Eugenio Suarez. Yeah, he's 2 for... Oh, yeah, so he's got 2 home runs and 5 at-bats against him. So, yeah, definitely don't mind firing up Suarez today. And then... Carroll's my only pick here for the Diamondbacks, and then Sal Stewart and Eugenio Suarez for the Reds. All right. All right, the next game, we got the Braves at the Mets. So definitely like going Soto today against Bryce Elder for that matchup. Soto would have had 3 days in a row of hitting yesterday. That home run didn't get overturned. And since I like him again today, that would have been 4 days in a row. But yeah, go ahead and fire up Juan Soto again today. He's one of my top picks on this slate, actually. So fire up Soto, as you can see in the odds, and no chance of delay here. How's the weather looking? So wind's blown out. They're looking at plus 7% for home runs on the model percentage. Wind's blown out 14 miles an hour. And then the temperature, 93 degrees. All right. But you can fire up Soto today. Let's see if there's any other Mets that I do like against Elder. No. Maybe Carson Benj if you want. As far as Braves against Freddie Peralta, you could take Olsen. All right. And then I do like Eli White if he plays, but it doesn't look like he's in the expected lineup. So Olsen. But if Eli White plays, you can fire him up. I'm not sure what his odds would actually be for this game. So next game we got Emmett Sheehan against Eric Fed. So let's gonna take a look at who's gonna start here. Okay, it looks like Hudson's gonna start. Brian Hudson here for the White Sox. Then Eric Fed will come out and pitch most of the game here. So this is a 2:10 p.m. game. As far as this game goes, I think you're good with firing up Ohtani here. All right, we'll take a look at his odds. Another guy that likes hitting on Sundays. All right, so I'm good if you take Ohtani. His odds just might not be that good. Oh, plus 235. In the weather, has this got a chance of delayment? All right, wind's blowing out, so that's good. 11 miles an hour. How's the temp in Chicago? 61 degrees. All right. Still not too bad for home runs, plus the wind's blowing out. And I also do like, especially for that lefty versus righty, I like Max Muncy. He hit 2 home runs yesterday. And then, yeah, I don't know. As far as White Sox, I mean, Montgomery has. When's the last time Montgomery hit? Let's see how Sheehan's against the White Sox. So he's only really faced Kachuk. So, and then as far as the splits, okay, he gives up more to lefties than righties. So yeah, I mean, Benintendi and Montgomery. I mean, you could fire up here if you want, but I like these two the most for the Dodgers, Ohtani and Muncy. But yeah, I'm not sure when the last time Montgomery. I haven't seen him go in quite a few days. Let's see. Who leads this series right now? Okay, the series is split. Yeah, so Ohtani and Muncy both homered in the first inning yesterday. Montgomery, last time he hit was about 4 days ago on the 6th. Well, actually more than 4 days ago. It was about a week ago. And then as far as Benintendi, he went on Friday. So Benintendi and Montgomery could fire up for the White Sox if you're feeling it. All right, we'll move on to the next game here. Kind of cruising right along today. Hope everyone gets a chance to enjoy their day today before starting their work week again tomorrow. I start mine on Tuesday. I got tomorrow off. We'll move to Houston and Kansas City. So we got Aaron Getty against Stephen Kolek on the mound for Kansas City. This game got delayed yesterday with some rain, but the wind's blowing in. Well, minus 14% for home runs here. How bad's that wind? 11 miles an hour. 77 degrees there. So, not too bad. But as far as this game, Christopher Sitton, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. You can fire up Jordan. All right. I do like Jordan today. But I'm not taking any. Aaron Getty's been pretty good for the Astros. 7-1, and his ERA is really good. He's only given up 3 home runs, so I would bet this game lightly, but I would only take Jordan here. All right, against the righty Stephen Kolek. Yeah, I don't like this game too much, to be honest with you, especially since Aaron Getty's been good. But I would only take Jordan at plus 310 odds here on FanDuel. All right, now we can get to that next game, which would be the Phillies and Brewers. So there won't be no chance of postponement or delayment here. I don't know if the roof might be closed or not, or they might have it open, but plus 10% chance for home runs. Christopher Sanchez is another guy that's been good on the season. Don't really like taking guys against him. But if you're feeling it, I mean, you could take Gary Sanchez. He hits a lot on Sundays. For that righty versus lefty matchup. And then you could take Bowers if you want. But it doesn't look like he's going to play today. So, but they got him here on FanDuel. Look at his odds, though, against Sanchez. But who was I getting to? Gary Sanchez. Yeah, I'm not seeing him on here. But yeah, so Bowers isn't on the expected lineup, but he's on FanDuel. And same, it's the opposite with Gary Sanchez. He's on here, but not on FanDuel. But Gary Sanchez and Jake Bowers here. All right, well, those are some good odds for him. But keep in mind that's a lefty-lefty matchup. And then as far as against the Kyle Harrison from Milwaukee, I do like Schwarber. All right, he can hit lefties. That's fine. And I do like Bryce Harper today. Trey Turner's been silent. Bohm's been silent. I don't know. I don't like this game as much either. Both these pitchers been pretty good on the season. Both got pretty decent ERAs, so you could take Schwarber and Harper if you want. All right, moving on. Kind of zooming right through today. Trying to decide what I want for breakfast. Might have some over easy eggs with some bacon or something. Sounds pretty good to me. Just finished my first cup of coffee. Probably get another cup. And after that, probably start getting around today. Got a retirement party to go for my neighbor today. So I think that's later this afternoon. All right, getting into this St. Louis and Minnesota game. So this game's played obviously here in the Midwest. So wind's blowing out at Target Field. 14 miles an hour, and then 73 degrees. So as far as this game goes, I mean, Tage Bradley against Michael McGreevy. So McGreevy's giving up 10. Tage Bradley's giving up 9 on the season. So I like firing up both these home run leaders today. All right. I like firing up Jordan Walker, one of my top picks again today. And then I like Byron Buxton against McGreevy. I think Buxton's actually got one against him. Let's take a look. Oh, he doesn't. But McGreevy gives up more to lefties than he does righties. And then, yeah, Bradley hasn't faced Jordan Walker yet. So definitely, since both pitchers haven't faced either of these guys, I like firing them both up, especially when a pitcher hasn't seen the batter. I know they like do their scouting reports and such, but yeah, I like both these guys, especially with the wind blowing out. As far as anybody else, take Weatherhort, but Burleson. I don't mind if you fire up Burleson. He's been hot as of lately at plus 370 odds. And then I think did Clemens go yesterday in this game? Well, both these games have so far gone 15 runs yesterday and then 17 runs yesterday. So yeah, this might be a good game to target. I thought Clemens. Oh, it was Lewis that went yesterday. But yeah, you can fire up Clemens, but yeah, take who you want as far as this game goes. All right. Next game we'll get to here. We thought this game would have been better last night, so try not to let. I mean, these are going to be the model percentage is going to be high every day for this game. I feel like trying to fool you into like taking every player possible for the this ballpark here. Don't try to chase. All right, I didn't even go heavy in this game. I just did a stepped up play, but I didn't go heavy in the evening games yesterday as far as like Chicago and San Fran and Tampa Bay and Los Angeles. So I only had those few plays for like the afternoon games yesterday, and yeah, I didn't go. There was nothing much I liked for this game last night. Cubs and San Fran. This game looked decent, but don't try not to chase. Make sure you take your singles, your round robins, and then parlays are for fun, right? Sagano's giving up 12. All right, Jeffrey Springs is giving up 16. So, yeah, there probably is going to be some home runs here. All right. Goodman, I like again today. I know he hasn't hit in like 5 games. Langliers, I like for that matchup here against Sagano. But Goodman for that lefty versus righty. All right. So, let's check out some odds. Probably going to be Newt, per usual. I'm not going to be surprised. Yeah, Langlier's at 186. Goodman's at 198. So this game might be good for like another like base play. Actually, it might be better for a base play today than it was last night, to be honest with you. You could take... I like Kurtz, Soderstrom here. Butler hasn't went in a while, but I like Soderstrom and Kurtz for the Athletics. And then, if I do a base play, it'll probably be the ones who got better odds for like the base play. And then, as far as Rockies against Jeffrey Springs, like I mentioned, Goodman, Tovar, and Castro might have better odds here. I'm not seeing Tovar. But Langliers and Goodman are my top 2 here. All right, maybe parlay them with somebody else that has better odds for another game. Like I mentioned, the wind's blowing out here at 12 miles an hour. All right, a few more games left here. We got the Cubs against the Giants. So we got Colin Ray on the mound against Logan Webb. Again, I think this is going to be a bullpen start for the Cubs with Rollison coming out, a lefty. All right, there's a few home runs yesterday. I did like Hap yesterday, and he had a home run. Pete Crow had a home run yesterday in the first pitch of the game. All right, so honestly, I do think this game will be pretty decent for home runs, although I don't like Oracle, like I mentioned all the time. But Pete Crow looks good here. Michael Bush. Honestly, Michael Bush looks better here. I like Hap again. So this game's going to be good for odds. And then I think Bregman's actually got one against Logan Webb. God, he's at plus 920 odds. Oh, wow. A lot of guys actually got 3 for 8 for Bregman. 9 for 2 for 9 for Bush. How's Pete Crow against him? Yeah, he's 1 for 6. He doesn't hit Webb as well. But you never know. Yeah, there's let's check the weather here. Obviously, it's gonna probably be in the 60s here at Oracle. Wind's consistent. Yeah, 63 degrees like it normally is. Minus 9% model percentage. But I like firing up Suzuki as well. So I do like Cubs this game, especially for their odds. Where's Suzuki at? I'm not seeing him here. All right. And then as far as anyone for the Giants, I mean, both these pitchers haven't been too bad. I'm not. And then what's Colin Ray? Yeah, Colin Ray's. I mean, you could take Devers, but I don't like anyone from San Fran here. I mean, you could take Devers if you want, but that might be about it. All right, the next game, we got Tampa Bay against Los Angeles, a 4 p.m. slot. All right. Again, I don't like really any Tampa Bay Rays today. Caminaro's been silent. But it looks like Ian Seymour is going to be the primary pitcher here for Tampa Bay. And then Lugamino is going to come out, who's only given up 2 home runs so far in the season. But you could take Trout for this game. And you could take Trout against Seymour here for that righty versus lefty. And then I do like Logan O'Hop today. You can even fire up Nito if you want. So Trout, Nito, Logan O'Hop. And then against Rodriguez, I mean, you could take Aranda if you want, but I don't know. I won't go too heavy in this game, to be honest with you. I don't even see Aranda on here if I'm overlooking them. But the weather should be pretty good in Los Angeles, to be honest with you. Yeah, wind blowing out, plus 8% chance of home runs. So, good weather in Cali there. Oops, I went too far. And then we'll get to the Sunday night baseball game. Then we'll go over some picks. And then NHL. Then I'll let y'all go, all right? And yeah, we'll be chatting it up here in the Discord. All right, and then I'll get this video posted as well. So, good game to target here. All right, won't be too bad, to be honest. I do like a lot of Red Sox today against Nathan Eovaldi, who has given up 15 home runs on the season. All right, and then Early's given up 12. So, yeah, this will be a good game to target. I like Abreu. You could take Wilson Contreras, another guy that likes hitting on Sundays. And then I like Jaron Duran today as well. How's the weather looking in Boston today? Wind blowing out. Okay. 79 degrees. So I might do a little Sunday night baseball 2-man. I know I've been posting more in the Discord. I've been kind of slacking on posting my plays here in the YouTube comments. So I'll make sure I'm better about that. But Wilson Contreras, I like Abreu, Jaron Duran. These are my favorite Red Sox today. As far as anyone against Early, I mean, it might be my boy here, Jake Berger. And then you could take Higashioka if you want as a longer shot. All right. All right, couple two mans. Like I mentioned, I'd kind of do like Lau if you want. And then like an afternoon, like two man, and maybe Machado. But both these games might rain out or postpone, so be careful here. Brandon Lau, take off. But as far as like probably my favorites, I wouldn't mind doing like for this game, a Soto Olsen two man. All right, depending on what your unit size is, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Let's see. I like Jordan today for the Astros. And then you could do Jordan and Jordan Walker here for a two man. I think that's about it. I mean, probably just those two mans right there. And then I'll try to post a link to the comments in the Discord. And like I mentioned, we got the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. All right. So Carolina does lead this series 3-2 currently. So they're looking to wrap it up tonight. But I think Vegas takes it tonight. They know this is an elimination game. So I'm just taking Doro for two man and then Howden with him. So Doro and Howden as a two man here. And then if I got a boost, I'll play it along with that. But I think Vegas comes out and plays tonight. The over is set for 5.5. The over-under is. So, yeah, I think Vegas comes out and plays tonight. But be sure to like and subscribe, comment on the channel. If you got any questions, please let me know. As always, I'll post some plays in the Discord. And then I'll try to remember to post the link in the comments as well. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. All right, I'm going to check out here. Enjoy the rest of y'all's days, and we'll chat with y'all later. Thanks for watching.